this house that we bought, I have an office now, and I love my office. I absolutely love this office, okay? It's amazing. Here's the problem. Other side of that wall, that's the girls' room. What I really want to do is I want to play some loud music or something off of those speakers, and then I want to have a microphone in their room, and I want to see just exactly how loud it is. Because here's the thing. When I was insulating my barrel sauna, I used Rockwool in the whole thing. And before I had put all the cedar up and all of the aluminum foil stuff, it was so quiet in there. It made my ears ring. And I want something similar to that in my office. What I'm thinking is I have a bunch of that Rockwool left over. So I thought, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fur that wall out using all this nonsense scrap wood that I have stacked up in my freaking garage. I have so much scrap wood out. I'm gonna fur the wall out, and I'm gonna use a bunch of Rockwool, and I'm gonna insulate that wall. And I'm just gonna cover it with fabric, and then it's gonna stop all the noise getting into my girls' room. Because if I'm editing in there or whatever at night, I want to be able to talk as loud as I want. Okay, so we're gonna do this little test. This can't be the loudest. There we go. So you could definitely hear it. Okay, so that's what that sounds like. So I think the first step that I need to do is I need to empty this whole flipping wall and then start furring that wall out. Here's the sound panel that I made with my buddy Dan, just 2x4s, and then we put Rockwool inside of it, and it's pretty cool. It kills noise a lot. Like I could be talking like this. Hey, this is me talking, hey.
Hey, you see the difference? Holy smokes, it kills all the sound, bud.
I shouldn't be doing any of this, by the way, because my chiropractor told me, you gotta take it easy. Dude, what a cluster cuss. It's looking like some District 9 type of... I mean, it literally looks like a dang flea market. I have so many freaking hats. I no longer know if the juice is worth the squeeze. So there's a couple glaring problems here. There is a space heater installed here. There's the thermostat for it, and there's the heater. I don't like the space heater at all. I don't like cadet space heaters. They smell like, unless you're cleaning them constantly, which nobody ever does. They burn, they smell. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to pull this out. This is the only space heater in the entire house. So I'm gonna go to the panel. I'm actually gonna disconnect that circuit, and I'm just gonna blank that off. And I need to take these shelves down. I have to take the shelves off. I need to take the desk down. This treasure chest over here, another story, I can't seem to let go of it. It's very old. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I might stop right now and just pick up later. But dude, what a cluster cuss. Look at all of it. It's like an I Spy book. Shop heat, 220. I mean 220, you know? Hey, look, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I'm just kidding. My plan initially was to build this frame on the wall, but I'm starting to think that it would be better for me to build this in parts and then bring the entire build a frame that would fit this insulation right here, and then bring that frame in here, rest it up against the wall, and then fill it up with insulation. I think that's what I'm gonna do, because these are too wide, because I wanted to use all the scrap that I had, and I'm trying to use these old fence boards, but I'm gonna have to rip them down to about 4 inches. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take measurements and I'm gonna start building a frame out there. Okay, so at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this should be enough. I gotta just remember what the end goal is gonna look like. I'm hoping that by tomorrow, my office will be put back together, and that I will have an office that doesn't let a lot of sound into my girls' room. Let's get to cutting. All right, I'm committing to 4 inches. That's what we're doing. Okay, so I don't know how obvious it is, but it should be, and that is this, that I have no idea what I'm doing. I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna just start building to the height of the ceiling. I'm just gonna use one of the pieces of the insulation as a template. I think I might use these cutoffs as like trim pieces or something. See, that's how the hoarding starts. I think I'm gonna use these as trim pieces or something. You see all them trim pieces behind me? I think a lot of you are gonna be appalled with what this is gonna look like, because I'm kind of just gonna slap it together. So what I'm thinking is, I'm gonna grab this insulation and I'm gonna use it as a template, at least for the very first gap or space, like so. And then, so I think what I'm gonna do is take this measurement here. Okay, so it's about 14 and a half. I think 14 5/8 is nice. I'm gonna cut a bunch of those pieces into 14 5/8 strips, and then I'm just gonna nail them on the back, and maybe that'll hold it enough. I don't know, but I think I need to make a stop block for that. So let's see, if I want this to be 14 5/8, how do I make a little stop block here? Didn't I have a pencil? Let's see, 14 5/8. Let's just give this a test. And if we go over here, and yeah, I really like that. Okay, that's what we'll do. How do we make some kind of a stop block here? This is where I want it to stop. I need something to be right here. You know what I'm saying? Can we extend this? Yeah, and then I'll, you know what I'll do? If we take this handle off, tighten that screw down. So then if we put this down and say, I want every cut to be that long, all right? Then we could even probably use this bad Larry for now, just to hold this down. Am I wasting my time? Yeah, I might be wasting my time. I have a clampy wampy and a piece of wood. If I was just to grab this and put it here and clamp it like so. If I grab our piece of wood and I move this just till it touches, and then I tighten this down. You know what? I think that's gonna work. Let's cut a bunch of these now. Okay, so got something to work with now. I think I'm literally just going to nail this together and glue it together, and we'll see how it goes. So this is probably going to be a colossal mistake, but I'm going to attempt to pick this up and carry it in there. And the reason it's probably a mistake is because this is super loose. It's like doing this number, so I wonder if there's a way where I can kind of... and then possibly just go like this with it. And then possibly just carry it in. Hey. Okay, so another reason that I thought this was a better idea is because I had absolutely no idea how I would secure this frame to the wall. But now that I have these cross members, what I can do is just screw these to studs and then we'll be fine. I'm kind of thinking about leaving this here, this mistake, just to remind myself. So I'm gonna bring the nail gun in here and I'm just gonna pop, 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 like this. All right, that'll work. And ladies and gentlemen, it's day 3. This is what I have so far. All of this is just, it's super sturdy. I have it hooked into the studs right here, right here. That side is nailed into that wall. I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna connect this to the studs here. And then after that, we can throw the insulation in and then start to figure out how we're gonna put the fabric over the top. Now I just gotta find some screws that are long enough. All right, it's 1:46 p.m. Well, here's what we got so far. I mean, it looks pretty good. Now the next step I need to do is figure out how I'm going to extend that receptacle. Always the fun part. Flipping a breaker, looking away, and hoping that it doesn't pop on you. Here we go. Hey, nothing happened. Let's see. Sweet. Okay, we're here now. This is where we are. I'm ready to put Rockwool inside of the walls. Also, we're gonna go into my girls' room and we're gonna see the difference that this wall makes. Let's see, if we just maybe hold it up like this, I figure I need to cut it like right here. Isn't that how you do it? You figure out where you need to cut it and then you cut it where you need to cut it? Okay. I think that'll work. I'll just insert this piece right here. Now I have to start to figure out how wide this fabric is. I think I gotta stretch both sides out first. You know what I'm talking about? I need to stretch this way first and then go down this way. You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I'm actually seeing the end of the tunnel here. And I'm liking what I'm seeing. Well, this should be interesting. Let's see if we can find this thing. I just wonder right now, if I cut this, I wonder if the tension is going to pull it apart and cause it to look weird. So I think what I'm gonna do is throw a couple staples here. I'm gonna cut an X towards this way. I went too far on this side. But hey, this is solid as a rock. So now the question is, do I put the desk on first? Because you see all this, I don't want the seam to be visible. I want it to be disappeared. So I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trim pieces that go up and down, but I think I'm just gonna put my desk in first. That way the desk is flat up against the wall, and then we could do the trim below afterwards. But dude, holy smokes, what a difference. Holy smokes, what a difference right now. I could just scream into this wall and it's amazing. So I'm gonna stop there for now. Plus I only have 5 minutes of footage left on this memory card, so peace out for a sec. Okay, so we took up a little bit of this wall, obviously. The desk that was existing here, I need to shorten it. So another thing is, if I'm sitting here, I like my feet to hang, to be honest. The one thing I hated about this desk that was here is that keyboard slider, I couldn't fit my flipping legs underneath it. I'm trying to freaking play some PUBG tonight with my brother. It's been long enough. I need to scream. That's exactly why that's the only reason I'm doing this. Is so I can play PUBG late into the night and scream when I get shot at and not wake my girls up. 28.5 inches. And then we draw us a little line. I cut the front end off. I'm a complete idiot. This is the front edge. I needed to cut it back here, dude. So that should fit perfectly. So now what we need to do is actually set the supports for it all the way across. That's where I want my tabletop to be. Now we gotta get a laser on that. Okay, but here's the thing. We want our tabletop to be there. So we want to make sure that we put this support here, appropriate distance below this line, so that once we put our tabletop on, the tabletop will actually line up with this line. The tabletop's 3/4 of an inch thick. So if we go 3/4 of an inch, that's where I need my laser. And that's where I need my support all the way across. So before I go and actually put this tabletop on, I think I want to put a trim piece right here. Shoot, dude, I think we're ready to bring the tabletop in. Yep. So just to test this thing, if this is the height at which I want to sit, then yeah, that's perfect. There's 33.5 minus a 16th. Okay, so I changed my mind. I had the computer over here. So the top of the computer will be flush with the top of the desk. So you can actually see in there and stuff. Maybe just use this as like a platform to set things on. That's what I'm gonna do. Show me the money. Yeah. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna set up the camera and the mic in the girls' room, and then I am going to go back to the office and yell. So here's the wall. I'm gonna put the microphone probably right here. To the left! To the left! No! Okay, so this is pretty much exactly what I wanted. I did a sound test and it is significantly quieter in my girls' room after putting this wall up. Honestly, the best part of this is that all of this except pretty much the fabric was stuff I had lying around the house. So I essentially built this sound insulating doobly-doo for 40 bucks. I hope you found this video maybe inspirational. I love the way that it looks. I think I'm gonna add like maybe some lights or something on some of these pieces of cedar going up and down. But other than that, I really love it. I think it changes like the look of the room. I would really love to paint the other walls so that they're not pea soup green. If there's anything else that you would add to this, leave it down in the comments. Let me know what you think. I really love it. I'll see you guys in the next one.